Alright, so I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because my camera is having freaking issues right now. So anyway, WWE had, No Way Out tonight, No Way Out 2012. And overall, I wasn't all that interested in the pay-per-view entering it, and, I later found out why I wasn't interested in it, because it was, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't as bad. I think Capra punched me. I'm not going to go that far, but to me, I just wasn't all that into it and whatnot. I mean, okay, so the pre-show match, Brodus Clay versus David Otunga. I understand, you're pushing Brodus Clay kind of, this whole undefeated streak, and, he beat, David Otunga, and honestly, Otunga in the loss didn't look too bad, I thought, so, no harm done type of deal, but, it was a pre-show match. What do you expect? And then you had the world title match, Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. Pretty good match. This pay-per-view, despite as to me, this might be the worst pay-per-view WWE's had all year. But it had some bright spots to it, and this was one of them. Sheamus versus Ziggler. Ziggler, I think, proved tonight that he can hang with the big boys. He can hang in the main event. I'm not gonna say, oh, Ziggler's gonna be in the main event now, because he's got Jericho coming back. Next thing you know, you got Orton coming back, and the guy he replaced, Del Rio, I'm sure he's gonna come off, after the concussion soon. So, I just think that, it won't be too bad. But hey, it was enjoyable. It was fun to watch, and these guys got a lot of minutes. They got a lot of time. It was like 20 minutes. So, props to WWE for doing that. So then we had the tuxedo match. Santino versus Ricardo Rodriguez. Oh my god. Okay, this is what I don't get. Freaking, it's WWE. We're not supposed to see Braun Payne's matches, right? But we're allowed to see guys strip with tuxedos. And then we see to the point that Santino wins, and Ricardo Rodriguez is having a Roberto Del Rio picture on his underwear. Great. I totally want to see that on my television screen. Oh my god. This is like around like the Barack Obama at Capital Punishment moment. It's like, I don't want to remember it. Like, ugh. Okay. So then we had the IC title match, Christian versus Cody Rhodes. Entertaining match. I enjoyed it. Again, thank God, you made this match longer than what it was at Over the Limit. Over the Limit, I just felt like it was a short, quick match. I understand it because you had Christian in a match earlier that night. But here, you had plenty of time type of deal. So it was good. Christian retains. What does Christian go for here? I don't know. I don't know who he faces for the, whoever challenged him for the belt. To me, you don't give it to Cody again. Maybe you could have Cody face Sheamus, if you don't decide, maybe not Del Rio, maybe not, whoever. You just have Cody Rhodes, not Cody Rhodes, but you have Cody Rhodes face, Sheamus or something in the future. I wouldn't mind that. So Christian retains. Then you have the primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil versus Primo and Epico, Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, and the Usos in a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And if it wasn't for the pre-show, I'd be looking at this going, wow, this is freaking random. And again, I know you need some filler time, but at the same time, I understand this because I know people are saying, oh, the tag team division sucks, they're not doing anything, that type of deal. But, WWE, this is where they're smart. Because they're trying to get into the tag team division. They're trying to make it seem like the tag team championships are important, that you have to earn the tag team championship instead of going out there saying, oh, we won the title shot. You have to earn a shot for it. So they get three, decent tag teams. The Usos, Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, and Primo and Epico, and Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd are just there, I guess. Even though I know they were a tag team at Mania before anyone says that. But AEW, I guess earlier that night said that, Epico and Primo, tonight you're going to shine, and, it kind of stabbed him in the back, no pun intended. But, AEW took one of the, it was either Primo or Epico out of the ring, and then one of them got pinned by Titus O'Neil, and the primetime players won. So, I'm digging Darren Young and Titus O'Neil as a tag team, different faces, different face, trying to get up to be, champion WWE. I don't mind that. So, it should be interesting later on in the future, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus these guys, the primetime players. So then we have the Divas match, Layla versus Beth. Now, I thought this match was better last month at Over the Limit. You know, especially in the beginning of this match, it seemed like kind of like comedy because Layla had the headband and she's, you know, trying to not make fun of Beth, but, you know, imitate her. And I thought, okay, Layla, really. But the match tried to, you know, pick up a bit, and it wasn't too bad. It was okay Divas match. Layla retained after hitting the neck breaker, so, you know, but what are you going to do now with the Divas? You know, you have Kelly, you don't even know if she's ever going to come back. Where's Karma? I mean, are you going to have Eve now, who we haven't seen in months, all of a sudden challenge Layla? I mean, who are you going to have facing Layla now? It's just like question marks. It seems like, I'm not trying to be negative, you guys know me, I try to look for the positive and everything, but I'm trying to see it how it is. What are you going to do with the Divas division, man? This is, I don't know. Anyway, Sin Cara versus Hunico. How many freaking times have we seen this? Like, But I do admit, ever since Sin Cara came back, he's been doing better. You know, I've noticed, you know, less botching and stuff. You know, now he's starting to get the hang of, you know, American, you know, wrestling in WWE instead of, you know, Lucha Libre in Mexico. You know, and I thought he did okay against Hunico. So, you know, Sin Cara won. And then comes a match that I was really looking forward to, the triple threat match. And this was a pretty good match, I thought. Punk versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane, the WWE Championship. Oh, I mean not the WWE Championship. The winner gets AJ, because that's what it feels like. It was for AJ, not the WWE Championship. The WWE Championship was like an afterthought. You know, it's like, oh yeah, WWE Championship. But anyway, seriously though, this match was pretty good. You know, I'm usually not a huge fan of triple threat matches because I kind of find it cluster, kind of like Fatal 4-Ways. I find it, again, cluster. But, you know, not too bad. You know, I thought all three of these guys did pretty good. You know, and it was pretty unpredictable, I thought. You know, I'm a guy who likes not being predictable. And, you know, I thought that, you know, any of these guys can win. I could see Daniel Bryan win. Hell, I could see Kane winning, and I could see Punk retaining. You know, and I knew AJ was somehow gonna get into this match because earlier the night she said good luck to both Punk and Daniel Bryan. She gave him pecks on the cheeks, and then, you know, she made out with Kane. Yeah, Kane. Yeah, like Kane doesn't have the hots for her at all. But yeah, who wouldn't have the hots for AJ? She's a little cutie, crazy but cutie. So anyway. Again, this match wasn't too bad. AJ comes out. I don't know who she's trying to come out. Save Kane or Punk, one of them. But Kane bumped into her by accident, and Punk hits the GTS on Kane. 1, 2, 3. Punk retains. And I thought to myself, okay, you know, Punk's had the belt for a while now, you guys. You know, he's had it since November. So, you know, again, I wonder who he's gonna lose it to. You know, somewhere down the road. And then after the match, Kane picks up AJ, who's still outside because she fell down because Kane bumped into her. And I'm thinking, where's Daniel Bryan? Like, where's Daniel Bryan after all this? Like, I don't see Daniel Bryan. So, like, Daniel Bryan technically lost. Like, at least Kane walks out with AJ. Punk has the belt. He doesn't even care that AJ is gone. It's like, freaking, okay, what happens to Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan gets nothing. But anyway, still a good match. Ryback faced two local jobbers, competitors. Ryback won. Yeah. So then we have the steel cage match. Big Show versus John Cena. If John Laurinatis will get fired by Vince McMahon if the Big Show loses. And if John Cena loses, he's fired. So, you know, something's gotta give. You know. In this match, actually, I know I kind of made fun of it in my predictions because I said, oh, this is going to be the best steel cage match of all time. Obviously, it wasn't, you know, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be worse. You know, did I care so much for the match? No, not really. But, you know, it was okay. You know, John Cena has the attitude adjustment during the match on Big Show. The referee by that time is knocked out. Brodus Clay is at the gate, whatever, the door, and Big Show's trying to get out, but he's out there with the steel chair. Then comes out guys like Santino, Alex Riley, Kofi Kingston to get, you know, make sure that Big Show doesn't get out, but they got knocked out. And then you have John Cena about to escape from the cage, and then John Laurinaitis comes out with the, you know, his little cane, whatever, and then Brodus Clay, you know, holds him up type of deal, like a full Nelson. And then Big Show's trying to get out. John Cena gets out before him. And then, you know, Vince McMahon while John Cena looks like he's about to hit the Attitude Adjustment through the Spanish announce table, he says, "You're fired," to John Laurinatis. Laurinatis gets out of the table, gets through the table by John Cena, and basically that was the end of the pay-per-view. So again, I wasn't totally interested in this pay-per-view, and I didn't really enjoy it all that much, but there were some good bright spots to it and whatnot. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Peace.